Okay, we're here and we're going to show you our air handler system. Right here we have a forced air conditioning and heating. Right here is the furnace, and this is a gas one right over here. And over there we have an air condenser, comes in through that pipe over there. It's an air handler or air condenser from outside. It brings the air, the cold air, the refrigerant. And right here we're going to show you the parts of the air handler. Right here we have the filter. I thought it was just for the air conditioning, but you can see how dirty it got because the heat, every time the heat comes on, it's dirty right over here. And you can see how dirty it is. You have to change these twice a year usually. We'll put it back in. And right over here in the winter time. In the summertime, you don't use this. This is the humidifier right over here. Right here you could see the damper is open because it's winter time, so it's open. We want the air to come in. This is in the return right here. See, in the summertime, you don't want humidity, so you close the damper, and then in the winter time, you open it up because you want humidity to come in. This is the evaporator pad right over here. It comes out. You see, this is the ductwork right over here. This is where the water trickles down into the evaporator pad, and water sits on the coils right here, and it puts moisture into the air right over here. See, this is how you control. I'm going to put my finger here, so we'll put exactly where it came from. You can see when it's warmer, you want less humidity, so you drop it down, and then when you get in the winter time, it gets very dry, you turn it back up. That's where it is. It's on max right now, so it's about 55. That's unrecommended because it says when it's 25 degrees out, you want 35% humidity, but we have it up to max because I get a lot of bloody nose since it's been kind of dry. So that means the humidifier is going to come on every single time the heat cycles on, and that's the humidistat. It controls the humidifier. Here's where the water returns back to the waste if it drips too much. And right here is the gas furnace right here. So when we touch when the thermostat, when it gets below the temperature we want, so to say we set it for like 70 degrees, 69. If it drops below 70 degrees, the heat's going to kick on, and then once it reaches that temperature, after 6 to 8 minutes, the heat will turn off, and then it'll cycle on every half hour, depending on how cold it is in the house. And you can see there's some two right here. This is the supply right here because it comes up right from the furnace and goes out to all these ducts through all the rooms right here, the upstairs bedroom, living room, the kitchen, and those come out the floor, registers on the floor, and then this is the supply, the return on the ceiling, pulls the air out of the room, the cold air, and it filters it, goes back and forth through a cycle, and it pulls it down, and it gets sent back into the furnace to be reheated again, and that's how it is. Now we're going to show you, we're going to have someone turn the thermostat on, and you'll see the heat turn on, the furnace kick on, okay? You can see we're going to turn the furnace on now. Okay, I could hear the furnace. It just fired up. It's going to take a few seconds for the furnace to kick on. You can see it starting up. There's the pilot. It's lighting up. It takes 40 seconds for the blower motor to kick on because right now the air, it's warming it up. You don't want cool air coming through your house. 30-40 seconds, you'll hear it priming and go upstairs. Pilot heats up the heat exchanger. Exhaust fumes go out to the vent. The blower fan pushing air over the heat exchanger after warming up through the ducts. There you go, did you hear it? There it goes. And now it's going through all the rooms. Water should be dripping down here also now, and I can feel some air coming through. See right here, there's the damper right here. I'm not sure which one's for the upstairs and downstairs. I'm assuming this one's the downstairs. There's one for basement and the first floor. So you just open and close this, but we're not going to touch it. Usually if it's parallel, it's open. That's slightly open, and then you close it is like that. And then there's this one for upstairs. It looks like you close the upstairs. You just have it slightly open because heat rises, so you don't want too much heat going upstairs. But on the downstairs, you want it halfway open or all the way, depending on how much air. If you're not getting enough, you open it up more. And if you want to close, if you're getting too much air, you close. Like in the basement, we don't use it, so we could possibly close it, but this controls the first floor also. And you can see there's a pipe that runs through the house. You can see it runs all along up right here, and this is the foyer upstairs in the first floor. Our air conditioner, you can see there's a compressor. Refrigerant gas into the compressor coils. The gas is condensed into a hot liquid. The coils are inside, and the coils dissipate the heat as the liquid is passed through them. Here's our compressor fan motor right over here. And the condenser fan motor helps push the air, assisting the process. There's the refrigerant line that goes right towards the house. See, there's the refrigerant line that passes from outside from the condenser, as you just saw. It goes through this piping right over here, and it goes right here, and it passes through the evaporator or the cooling coils inside above the furnace right over here, which expands the gas and makes the coils cold and evaporates the heat and the humidity from the return into a drip line or condensate pump. The blower motor fan and draws air up from the return through the evaporator coil, pushing through the house floor venting. Here's the condensation line from the air conditioner. It runs along right over here along the wall, and then it combines with the April air in the winter, the humidifier, and then it combines right over there, and then it drips down through the drainage. Another idea for like a cold air, if you want, they should make it where you could open this up. They cut this open and you put like a vent right over here, and you could open and close it. Like in the winter you would close it because you don't want the cold air from the basement, and then in the summertime you open it up, and then it, like in the spring and fall day, if you have the blower fan running, you can pull and draw up the cold air. Right here, the cold air drop right over here. Obviously, we don't have it in our house. Here, you would drill like a foot of a hole on the ceiling right over there, and when the fireplace runs, the heat will go up into the bedroom up there, since it's like a free heater. Summertime right here, but you would drill a hole into the carpet right over here. In the summertime, you'd want to open it where the hot air goes downstairs, because it's very hot upstairs in the bedroom upstairs in the summertime. And this is what it would look like from my bedroom upstairs. This is the dining room below it, and all the warm air from upstairs in my bedroom will come down in here into the dining room, but it could cause it to get very cold down here because the heat's going to come down here and the thermostat's in the other room next to here, so that means the air conditioner is going to run longer if the heat's coming down from my bedroom and heating it up down here, but the cool air might rise up to my bedroom even though that's not how it works. So right here, when you open the basement right here, this is for the furnace and for cooking. You never touch this because this is a gas shutoff. This is only if you smell gas in your house, or if there's a fire, you switch that to off, and there's no gas will go to the furnace, so the heat won't kick on, and your stove or oven won't turn on, so nothing will work. It'll just shut the main house, so you don't have to run down to the furnace and shut it off. There's also a second one. I'll go show it to you. You can see located right next to the furnace right over here. This is another gas shut off right over here. I'm not going to touch it. And there's another electrical cord. I'm not sure what that is for. Maybe if you have a generator during a power outage, the furnace will kick on. I'm not sure.